And for those of you that are interested in seeing the gear vendor part of this build, I just put it through the floor, the wiring through the floor. There's running a ground wire, the ignition wire, and then they use these two telephone cable like stuff here. The wiring that I took off the second gen was kind of mutilated, so I'm having to figure out the wiring again. But there's 6 wires in each cable, and 3 specifically colored wires are going to be soldered together, and these 3 are soldered together. And I'm going to have to do a similar procedure on this set of 6 wires. But basically, I don't know why, but they use that style cable connected together so that I run 2 wires onto there, and then 2 wires onto there for the speed signal. I'm gonna have to change this up a little bit. I'm gonna have to go mechanical, and reason being, I'm gonna have to change this to a mechanically driven thing, so I could put the Dodge first gen Dodge speed sensor on it, so that the speedometer works, and then I'll have an inline speed generator that generates the signal for the gear vendor, because the gear vendor needs to know whether you're at the right speed for it to engage, because at lower speeds, like 20-30 miles an hour, the gear vendor does not engage because there's not enough. It's not good for it to engage at low speeds, so there's a speed limitation to that. But I just ran the wires through the floor, put a grommet, got it attached real nice, and I'll show you what it looks like on the inside. Here's the inside, coming all back together. Looks a lot cleaner than it was. I'm just running the wires into my center console. I think that'd be the cleanest thing to do. I just have that mounted on the side, screwed right there. This is gonna be mounted up front, and there's the shifter switch. So it actually came out pretty dang clean. The little bit of evidence of the carpet being tampered with as a result of the shifter moving back like 4.5 inches or so. But the new shifter actually sits in a pretty nice location. I'm probably going to get lucky and not have to change the angle of this, but looks pretty good. It's sitting in neutral right now. This is the first gen boot. I don't have it screwed down, but this is all first gen equipment. I just used sheet metal screws that reached long enough down to the floor, and then I'll screw that down there. But I just ran the wiring from the switch down there through the carpet, coming up, and then going into the box. So yeah, that's where I'm at. I just need to run a fused Keon ignition source, which this truck is hooked up with an ignition source charge wire for the trailer plug, and there's a junction box that was put on years ago right here on the frame. So lucky for me, this is for the trailer plug and for the taillight wiring. So yeah, I'm just gonna run the ignition source and the ground up there, go inside, feeds the gear vendor. There's the solenoid and the speed generator, and that's it. After I get this hooked up, should be ready for a test drive.